Welcome to another edition of Politics Done Right. Reverend Mark Thompson,
Hey, brother.
we meet again.
Thank you for having me.
I've been telling folks it's been a year, but it's actually not quite a year since the last time we spoke, because the last time it was in August. Now
Okay.
it is in.
It was in August? Okay.
Yeah, now
I
it's in
remember that.
July. But anyhow,
in Pittsburgh.
in Pittsburgh. Now, how are you doing? What's new? I tell you what. I was watching some of the work that you've been doing with the brothers in North Carolina. You are right there in the mix.
In Tennessee.
In Tennessee. Tell me about your thoughts about that entire fiasco.
Well, I'm just meeting
Yeah.
and getting to know Justin Pearson.
Right.
I've known Justin Jones ever since he was a young man. He went to Fisk, and he attends my childhood church
Right.
in Nashville. The church I was actually raised in. So we've
Also,
always
you
been.
grew up in Tennessee.
I grew up in Nashville. I grew up in
Okay.
Nashville originally. And Nashville, I left Nashville 40 years ago. It's changed a lot
Right.
since I left, obviously.
For the good, I hope.
Yeah. Well, it's a big city now. It's gentrifying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the same things that are happening. So, I mean, it's good that Nashville is growing, but it's
Right.
not necessarily growing for people like us.
Right.
That's
I
the
know
problem.
exactly what you mean,
But that's
yeah.
a whole nother conversation. And that's why those brothers are there doing what they're doing. So Justin is a very influential. Hey man, what's going on? I need to see you. That's Uncle Bobby. You know what it is, right?
Yeah.
You know what it is, right?
No, I don't.
That's Oscar Grant's uncle.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's Uncle
Okay,
Bobby.
great. Well, excellent.
Yeah. So Justin is a very capable young man.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been successful in the work he's done. I mean, all young people need mentoring. Hell,
Right.
you and I can still. Okay, please do, man.
Yeah.
You and I can't ever get too old to be mentored by an elderly.
Right.
But this, at first glance, it didn't look that bad or that complicated.
Mm-hmm.
I got a call from, and Justin's also in formation for the ministry. I got a call from Reverend Stephen Green, who lives in New York where I live, who's also Coach Justin. He said, he went down to check on her. He said, man, you need to get down here. He said, Rev Mark, you need to get down here. I said, for what? This is real, man. They're going to expel him.
Oh, so you didn't think they were going to really go through with it?
Well, I mean, it was being discussed. I just didn't know, and I don't think any of us really knew. So he calls me. He says, you need to get down here. I said, really? He said, yeah, this is serious. So I jumped on a plane, went to Nashville, and was right, before I knew it, was right smack in the middle of it all. And it was something.
Right.
What they did on the eve of Good Friday.
Right.
When you think about, Good Friday, they prosecuted and persecuted 3 people. They did the same thing in Nashville on Good Friday.
Right.
And I think what ended up happening was, I think even the Republicans did not expect the reaction that the world
But
would have.
I don't know if they're blind, Rev, because
No, you know what it is? I'm telling you what it is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
yeah,
All these little Republicans, even at the state level, they
Right.
think they baby Trumps.
right,
Trump does anything, and he says, oh, and everybody covers it, and everybody
Right.
blows it up, and everybody justifies it.
right,
They think they're him. That's
Right.
literally what it is. So they think, I'm going to do whatever I want to do, and I'm going to be like Trump. It
right.
doesn't work that way.
No, I mean, there's only one Trump, and he's only one Trump because of the base he got. But I think it was great to see how all of you coalesced around.
Oh, yeah.
This guy, because what it showed was a solidarity that built itself. I don't know, a nuclear fission reaction, it starts slowly and then it expands. That's what we got out of that. And what they didn't realize is they didn't just expand the movement, they created a new movement. And this new movement that I'm talking about it's a new spineful movement. The amount of folks that really got involved, and they created 2 heroes.
Well, but I'm going to tell you what else happened, too. And I don't want to take anything away from Representative Gloria Johnson either,
Yeah,
because she is very much on point, too.
right,
And I think has been somewhat of a mentor to these young men. Gloria's a little bit older. Gloria's great.
Right.
She's very clear. But not only did that happen, the issue of gun violence is the issue.
Right.
And so what you saw was a diversity.
Right.
So, Tennessee's a red state now.
Right.
I grew up in Tennessee. So you old enough to remember when Tennessee was blue.
Course, yes,
Al
yes,
Gore was from
yes,
Tennessee. He was
I
from
know.
Tennessee.
It used to be a Democrat.
That's right. You lived so
Yeah.
it's totally flipped. Okay. To see that level of diversity, white folk, black folk, all kind of people around the issue of gun violence, one. Two, these were students. So you had the resurrection of the Nashville student movement from 1960. So here, the Nashville student movement began on the campus of Fisk University, in Tennessee State, Meharry, American Baptist Colleges, and 4 HBCUs. And now you had another student movement coming out of this same area to deal with the issue of gun violence. And I think it backfired. Now the governor's going to have a special session next month on gun violence in the state of Tennessee.
Because of
what happened.
Yes.
So, I think that's the issue, and it's an issue that overlaps everyone. There's no one who has not been affected by gun violence. So this is very important. And we ought to continue to support it.
Well, I was like very glad to see that they got the support that they needed.
Hey, I'm doing an interview. Liz Winstead, y'all. We all over at Berto's
I'll
piece.
clean this up. She came and interrupted her piece.
I didn't mean it.
No. You did great. I need to speak to you. When am I going to see you? And also the other person that you're going to bring with you. I didn't see you. We'll talk to you. This is the only interview I'm going to have to edit because of our beautiful.
Why edit? Do it in real time. He ain't got to edit. Liz Winstead, y'all, saying hello to us.
I won't edit it. Come on in.
Hi, everybody.
There you go.
I'm ruining everything, so he doesn't have to edit it.
Never
She's
that.
making
Never
it
that.
better. She's making it better.
He's making a plane, I'm making it.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love
right.
you too.
Yeah. Anyway, so it turns out that I think what happened, you're right. It was a democratic state. It flipped, and now the rebirth has begun.
Right. And it also shows what happens when the Democrats don't have a 50-state strategy and they neglect what they had and what they could have done.
Talk about that. That is so right.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking with Maurice Mitchell, the Working Families Party, about, remember the DLC?
Yes.
I mean, that's when all the stuff started going downhill.
It was a fraud.
It was, yeah. But it wasn't a fraud in terms of winning support for Republicans.
Right.
And assimilating into Republicanism.
Yes.
So, and I think we're still smarting from that. But I think now we're at a place of rebuild, a place of people saying no more. We're not going to be duped by that anymore. And the lines are not. So you have something like the DOC, the lines are blurred.
Right.
You need straight, clear lines. This is what we're for. That's what these no good son of a guns over here are for. And now we know what those clear lines are. And so it's a very different situation.
Yeah, well, that is great. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about you. What's been happening as far as what are your plans in your activism? What are you doing?
Well, still doing all the work I can to confront and end police violence.
Where are you working out of?
Well, airports. I'm never home.
Right.
And just recently did a lot of work in Akron, Ohio, around the Jalen Walker case, shot 47 times by the police. So we try to go and respond where I'm called to go and respond. Still doing my show. And that's what, my ministry has always been, public ministry. And just going to keep that going.
Well, I think that's a great job. Give me a closer.
Well, brother, congratulations to you. You've always, been stalwart and, helped to share issues. And we're in a critical moment.
Yes.
Because all media is in jeopardy. Entertainment industry is now shut down, and I'm proud of them. I support SAG-AFTRA strike, the Screenwriters Guild strike. But as all these other media are beginning to consolidate and isolate and move more conservative, we need to continue to do the type of things we do to provide that alternative. And that's what you're doing. And we're all thankful for that.
Let me tell you something, Mark. I know you have another place to go and take care of these ladies, but I want to say one thing real quickly. You notice that now that AI may affect a particular group, how it's huge problems. When we have other issues that affect certain other groups, it's usually, technology is just a change.
Yeah. No, AI is dangerous.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't see how even those who supporting it can think it's viable. Somebody called me and said, "Have you seen AI is the best thing?" And I said, instead of write anything, I said, "Well, tell it to write something." And I said, "Now go back and read that.
Yeah.
That's not nothing. That's not nothing that you can pass off." We just lost affirmative action at the college level. But what AI is also doing, it is now going to muddy the waters. Whenever they get an essay from a student on an application, they got a question whether. So it's not a good thing.
You're absolutely right in that regards. I'm going to send you a clip that I did this morning on my KPFT 90.1 show, where I want to use AI. Listen, hear me out before you. I want to use AI as the thing that's going to reduce workload, because let me see how to put this right, because I'd like you to cover these things as well. I want it to be the equalizer. In other words, AI is taking advantage of all our composite knowledge.
Yeah.
And in taking care of all our composite knowledge, we should all benefit from it,
That's
which
true.
would require
I agree.
regulations, laws.
Of course, I agree.
But anyway, look, Mark, Reverend Mark Thompson, it's always a pleasure to talk to you whenever I see you, my brother.
Thank you, brother. Good to see you, man. You keep up the good work. Politics done right, y'all. We're going to do politics right. We got to get it done right.
There you go. Thank you, brother.
All right.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number 1, subscribe to our channel, and number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share.